Hey everybody, welcome back to Shock and Shallock, and today is day one of the 31 Days of Horror Reviews, and we're taking a look back at the new Bloodsick Productions project. Um, we covered A Corpse for Christmas on this channel a little bit ago. This is Bruce Longo's new short film called Pumpkinman Lives. And what better way to start off the Halloween season than a movie about a man with a pumpkin head, right? Um, Pumpkinhead. But anyway, we'll cover that film eventually as well. I don't know why we keep saying "well." This is a one-man show, baby. But anyway, Pumpkinman Lives is a prequel slash origin story to the Pumpkinman series by David the Rock Nelson. If you haven't heard of him, I do recommend looking into David the Rock Nelson. He's been called like the modern Ed Wood. Made a lot of B movies like Devil Ant, stuff like that. Do recommend checking that stuff out. And I also want to say, if you pick up this Blu-ray from Bloodsick Productions, you do get a order form for David the Rock Nelson's movies. He can be somewhat difficult to get a hold of to get movies, so that's kind of a cool bonus to include here. But yeah, Bruce Longo, previous film Bloodsick Psychosis and Corpse for Christmas, new 20-minute short film released this year for Halloween. What's it about though? So I don't want to spoil the entire thing, obviously, because it's a short film, so you'll see yourself. But what it comes down to is this man is trying to scare his girlfriend, who goes out on a balcony smoking a cigarette. He carves a pumpkin, puts on his head, he scares her, she falls off and dies. And so starts this Pumpkin Man curse, in which Pumpkin Man is like, a ghostly figure with a pumpkin fur head that comes and haunts people. Yeah. And this Pumpkin Man, like, the curse falls back, this new woman, and her daughter, and, they have to get saved by the 65-year-old boxer next door, who's played by, of course, David the Rock Nelson. So, yeah, that's the basic premise there. Now, what about the film? Now, this is a hard film to talk about because I really love the majority of this film, but there's one criticism that I have. We'll start out with what I like. I think this film captures the Halloween spirit really well. I like the look of Pumpkin Man in this. He's very, it's a very simple, like, stick hands, white sheet for like a body, pumpkin head, stuff like that. Very like classic, like low budget 80s and before Halloween look. Really enjoyed that. I really enjoy that this film is actually pretty like serious and melancholic as well. Like, it's a very sad movie. Like, Pumpkin Man is not a bad guy. He's just like a heartbroken ghost that needs to move on, and it is actually sad. And I do like the acting in this. It is an actual mother and I believe daughter. It could be sister or relation, but they're related. In this, and I think it's very cute and like nice, and it's also like this is a very like the characters feel very real. I guess like it's a grounded movie away from that, and I feel like there's just a certain tone and vibe about this film that you can't get really elsewhere. It's not really a corny B movie for the most part. We'll get into that. It's like a sad, tragic romance ghost horror short, and I really enjoyed that. I think Bruce Longo really nails like the look and feel that he goes for with these movies, with the like 80s shot on video throwback. I believe this was shot on video as well. I know Bloodsick Psychosis and A Corpse for Christmas are shot on video, so I'm assuming this was as well. And it captures that vibe really well. Just really good. And this is going to be a minor spoiler, but I did mention the 65-year-old boxer played by David the Rock Nelson. No, I get this is a film that is like an homage to him. I get that it's an origin story of his character that he created for those films, but the transition from the melancholic tone and vibe of the film that then goes to when we see David the Rock Nelson, and he's, very over the top and eccentric, and he's like fighting this Pumpkinman character because he's trying to save the family. I felt like the tone shift was a little jarring. Not that I hated it by any means. It was funny, and yeah, but it's a minor scene and doesn't last that long. But I do feel like it's the outlier of the film as far as tone. And yeah, I don't know how I would change that though, but it was worth mentioning. It's something that I didn't care for. It was a very jarring tone shift, I would say. But yeah, I like the end of the film a lot as well. There is a nice touch with Pumpkinman crying. I won't say the context, but I did actually really enjoy that. Um, yeah, like this like tragedy like wraps up, and yeah, it's sort of wholesome and odd and just really good. This is a great fall movie. This isn't even just like it's a great, Halloween movie, but it's also great just like the leaves are changing colors and falling down if you're living in the Midwest like I do. Um, yeah, this will get you in the Halloween spirit for sure. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd, which I still stand by. I highly, highly, highly recommend picking this up. As well as the other Bloodsick Productions films as well. Always looking forward to something new from Bruce Longo as well. So definitely check this out. Well worth the watch. 20 minutes. Yeah, it's Bloodsick Productions on, I want to say, Big Cartel. So yeah, go pick this up. And yeah, that's it for day one of the 31 Days of Horror. I will keep this up. I know I've been kind of on and off recently with videos, but there will be 31 this year again. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Keep your notifications on. And as always, I've been your host, Social Gillis, signing off for today. Zero thoughts, zero editing, zero brain cells, and zero planning. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for watching.